Hey guys, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden. We're out in our garden today. We're planting our spring bulbs, and the video today is about when to plant your spring bulbs and how to plant your spring bulbs.
Yeah, there's some criteria depending on where you live as to when you can actually get them in the ground. And unfortunately, right now, here at the end of April in our Zone 8B, we actually can't plant them in the ground yet.
Nope.
But we want to.
Yep.
So we're gonna kind of cheat a little bit and jumpstart them.
Yep. And we'll go over and talk to you about when it's time to plant them and how to do it.
We're gonna cover dahlias, elephant ears, and caladiums today.
Yeah guys, and if you're looking to plant more spring bulbs, but it's not one of those three, we have an ebook that we just put together, and we'll talk to you more about it at the end of the video.
And we've got a great coupon for you too.
Yup.
But so we're gonna show you the supplies that we're gonna use, and we'll show you how we're getting this set up today.
So guys, here we are, we're in our backyard. We've laid out a tarp, we've filled pots with soil, different pots we've had around our yard for a while, and we're planting out our dahlias and our caladiums. And so what we've done is we've kind of preloaded some things in here. You can see we've got our dahlias here. Some are a little bit crowded looking right now. So guys, in the springtime, you want to plant your bulbs, right? But the thing is that you need to make sure that not only is it frost free, you don't have any more freezing temperatures and frost outside to get your bulbs in the ground, but you also need to make sure that the ground itself is actually kind of warmish, you know, up to about 60 or 65 degrees, so that the bulbs will actually start waking up. And right now in our zone, Zone 8B, the ground isn't 60 degrees. It's not even really 60 degrees during the day right now. So our soil temperature isn't heated up. So what we want to do to plant these bulbs right now, because we want to get them started, we want to get them going and get them activated and growing during this time of year, because we want to get ahead on the flowering and the growth. And there's a couple different ways that people out there talk about waking up bulbs, and this is one of the ways to do that. Some people might do something similar like this in a bag. Some people might actually give them a type of bath in like warm water. We're not going to do any of that. This is how we're going to handle it here.
All right, you guys, I'm going to show you the three types of bulbs because they just look kind of cool, and it's fun to see what's going on, and it's helpful to identify the bulb that you have, try to find where the growing parts are, where the roots are, so you know how to orient them in the pots. So, and we can get into that later, but I wanted to show you guys, this is cool. Here's one dahlia cluster, and you can see right here, here's is the sprout of the new growth. There's actually two. Yep. Actually, maybe three. Is that a third right there?
Yep,
maybe?
a little nodule, yep.
Don't these look so cool? I mean, they're just, so you can see roots coming out the bottom. So there's a special way to plant these. We're gonna plant this in a pretty deep pot that we have available here. Again, the goal is to jumpstart these and kind of kickstart them or activate them, I guess, to grow. And we won't probably be able to put these out in our landscape until, what do you think, Sean? Probably the end of May.
Yeah, the way things are going right now with the temperatures, and then also logistically thinking about the beds. And
we didn't even talk about that yet. Yeah. So another reason that we're doing this early with our dahlias especially is we're creating a whole new bed for our dahlias, and it's under construction right now. So we're kind of impulsive, and we don't want to wait until the end of May to get these in the ground. Makes sense, right? Then you're waiting longer for the flowers to bloom. We want them earlier. So we're gonna jumpstart them, we're gonna get them going and sprouted. They'll probably grow like in these pots for about a month, and then we'll be able to transplant them out into the landscape. So we're pretty excited about that.
We are.
So those are dahlias. We've got all different kinds, you guys.
Look at all those.
We have a lot of different.
Wow.
Most of our dahlia bulbs came from Eden Brothers. They were all very healthy upon arrival. This is a dinner plate mix, so we don't actually know which one this is yet. So that'll be fun. And then we have all the way down to little dahlias that are just tiny. This is a Cornell dahlia. It's just a little ball shaped dahlia. So tiny. Okay, so with all our dahlias, we also have elephant ears. And these are fun. If you've never planted these before, these are pretty good sized bulbs. Here's a great example right here. Look how big that is. It's hefty too. It's like, it's got some heft to it. You wouldn't want to get hit with this. Let's see, we also have, on this side, we have caladiums, which are very similar, obviously, to elephant ears, but a little smaller. So those are cool. So we're gonna get half of our caladiums started now. We have more that we're gonna plant later and save for a different video coming up soon. So stay tuned for a how-to planting video for elephant ears and caladiums. We're not gonna really cover that on today's video.
So guys, before we get planting things here and you see us do a time lapse and doing all this planting, we need to tell you what we're using and all the supplies we have. We have various pots, as you can see. They're different sizes, they're different depths. We try to get the depth as close to what we need as possible, which is about 3, maybe 4 inches, depending on some of these. I mean, you can see some of these are gonna be a little bit different than others in depth just because of their size. But what you wanna do for almost every bulb, unless it has specific planting instructions, is you want to take the actual thickness of it, the thickness of this bulb itself, and double or triple it for its depth to go below the soil surface. And that's a general rule of thumb for almost any bulb that you plant. Now, if your bulbs come with specific planting instructions on the packaging, follow those, because that's from the grower, and that's really good to do. So what we're gonna do today though is we're just gonna take the width of these right here, and this is maybe about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches. We're gonna double, triple that, double or triple that, maybe 2.5 it, and put it down deep beneath the soil today. And that's how we're gonna plant these. Now, if you're not familiar with bulbs, there's 5 different kinds of bulbs, and we cover that in our ebook. That is actually, we're gonna have $3 off coupon for that ebook on our Etsy shop, and you can find the link for that down below. But dahlias, the caladiums, the elephant ears, we even have freesia, we've got all kinds of lilies. There's a lot of different types, or a lot of different bulbs that are covered in that ebook, and so that's why we made the ebook. So if you want to go check that out, definitely click that link below. So guys, yeah, we've talked about the pots. We've just kind of scavenged those from around our garden. We've talked about the bulbs. Now the soil we're going to use. We're just using potting soil, regular potting soil. It's basically perlite, it's peat moss, and it's bark. It's just a regular mix of potting soil that we're gonna use for these. And the reason we wanna use this is because it's nice and light, it doesn't hold moisture too tight, and it's not gonna help the bulbs rot. It's not gonna hold on to that water too tightly. It's got a lot of space in it for air to move around and to be available to that plant, to these bulbs when they start growing their roots. It's a great soil to start these bulbs in. So that's why we're going to use it. So a couple other things we wanted to tell you before we get going here is we are actually not going to wet the soil down or water these in after they're planted. And the reason is because general rule of thumb for dahlias and some other bulbs too is plant them, but don't water them until they actually emerge out of the soil. You actually see the new stems and the plant coming out of the soil and actively growing. Then water it. Because if you don't see it actively growing yet and you water it, there's a really good chance it's going to rot. It's just going to rot, it's going to die, and you're going to lose the bulb. So from that standpoint, that's how we're going to handle these two. We're going to put the soil on top, get them to that right depth, and we'll talk to you a little bit later too about where we're going to put them, how we're going to treat them afterwards. But I think we're ready to get planting.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, we got everything potted up and all the soil is at the right depth. We made sure and checked all the depths because all the bulbs were a little different. What we're planning to do is keep them indoors in our cold frame greenhouse on a heating mat. We luckily had this set up already from earlier this year and we don't need it for seeds right now. Perfect setup. So you can see we'll probably kind of rearrange this a little bit. It's getting a little crazy in here.
But we've got the bulbs we just planted are there in those pots, and we're going to keep them on the ground because we don't have enough room up here.
I know.
With just the one stretch of the heating mat.
Yeah, I'm excited that we're able to do that. But if you don't have a greenhouse, you don't have to just think that you're not able to do this. There's some other options for you. You can get your dahlias planted up and maybe keep them outside on gravel or on concrete, up against a house maybe. One option we kind of considered is to keep them on top of gravel outside and then cover them with a tarp every day.
Yep.
Or every night, sorry.
So just out here on this gravel in our fire pit, we would clear this area out, like Allison was describing. We would clear this area out, put them on this gravel that retains a lot of heat over the day and gathers it and holds on to it overnight. And then we would cover all the pots with a tarp in this area to keep that heat around those pots overnight. And so then in the daytime, take it off and let this area resume gathering that heat.
I know we were considering that, but we're not going to need that. We thought we had more pots than we had room for in the greenhouse. So, you know, you can keep them inside overnight as well if you have a space for them, but you're going to need to bring them out every day. And even if you're indoors with a grow mat or any kind of grow lights, you know, as long as you're getting and keeping that soil temperature at a consistent level above at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you should be able to see some sprouts for them.
So guys, that's how we're gonna wake up and get our dahlias and elephant ears and caladiums started. Hope that was helpful for you today. Now, we do have that ebook that we were telling you about before. Look down below for the link to our Etsy shop to click on and check that out. There's a $3 off coupon that we're gonna put on this video, and actually the coupon code is Summer Bulbs, all one word, and that'll give you $3 off our ebook. So guys, yeah, our book right now is going for $8.99. So with that $3 off coupon, $5.99, pretty good deal.
Well, and it's perfect timing. We're so excited to get this out to you guys because we adore bulbs. We love them. We love watching them grow. They're so amazing. We're growing close to, I believe, 300 spring planted bulbs, summer flowering. Yeah. So you guys just saw like not even half of what we're going to be planting. So stay tuned for a lot of upcoming videos on planting tips, care tips throughout the rest of spring and summer. But for now, if you want to get started planning or you're not sure what you want, this ebook would be a great option for you.
Yeah, lots of great ideas. Gives the sun exposures, soil needs, water needs, zoning. I mean, it's a great resource, so definitely go check it out. Definitely leave your comments and questions down below for us. We love hearing from you, and make sure to subscribe so you get updates on our latest videos.
Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching and for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.